Hello, everyone. Welcome to the All 49ers weekly film breakdown. I'm Grant Cohn. This is Jack Hammer, and we're the only two guys in the country who do this. This is unique. You should enjoy this. For the next hour, we're going to take you through the Niners loss to the Bills and show you exactly what happened. When coaches say they got to look at the film, this is what they're talking about. Jack, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Grant?
I'm doing pretty good. As always, Jack is the leader of this session. We've both watched it, but I like to let Jack be the curator and to sprinkle in my analysis along the way. And then when Jack's done, I have stuff too. So Jack, we usually start with Nick, right?
Yeah, good Nick, bad Nick. Yep.
Let's do good Nick, bad Nick. Okay, let's share the screen. Boom. Okay. All right. So this is the first one of the game. This is an incomplete pass. It's not the greatest throw of all time. It's just a throw that we haven't seen 49ers quarterbacks make recently.
Yeah, first third down of the game, and he takes a shot. That's really the main thing that I like about this one. He's got him open. He takes a shot, and they grab him, and it's the only reason why this isn't completed.
It's a good tone setter for the game. You knew the Bills were going to come out, stack the box, mug the receivers, and force the backup quarterback to show he can make throws down the field. And if you know a little bit about Nick Mullins, he's not shy. He's happy to make this throw.
No, he'll go down the field on you. And this is a good one too, because it gets him out of that, gets him out from being backed up, and it really gets their offense or they can get going from that point.
And 2020 Jimmy Garoppolo, for example, I don't think he attempts this throw. I don't know where he goes.
No, he definitely doesn't go down there. Even last year, 2019, when you look at Garoppolo, most of his throws on the outside of the numbers are on wheel routes and those types of things. He doesn't really throw go routes to receivers on the outside very often.
Totally agree. All right, 5:47 first quarter. This is still good, Nick.
Yep.
What are we looking at here?
So this is going to be it's 1st and 10, and this is going to be a completion to Reed. But this is a really good one. It's a nice throw. He's going to get pressure, and one of the things to see as we watch this one is just the way the motion by Samuel also makes the defense react, and that's kind of what opens up the throwing lane. But Mullins by himself, he does a good job standing there with a guy right in his face and delivering the ball on time.
Yeah, let's look at it from the end zone because I think he gets crushed on this throw. 39 unblocked. Mullins doesn't flinch. Oh, no. That's a helmet to helmet hit. I mean, if this were Drew Brees throwing this is a 15-yard penalty on top of it.
I agree. Yeah, that's what we've seen already this year so many times. Look at that. Yeah, it should have been another 15.
And again, with Jimmy, I'm not sure he hangs in on this throw. 2017 Jimmy would have, but 2020 Jimmy might have bailed.
Yeah, the thing on this one too with it's not right in his face, so it's kind of coming off his side. I don't know if he even actually sees it before he throws it, but it's just a good throw. And we see Mullins do this a lot though, where he stands in the pocket and takes hits.
Yeah, tough guy, perfect placement.
Yeah, and like I said at the start of this one, when you go back, if you just roll it without even running through the whole pass, just watch the way the linebackers are moving when they see Samuel. Everybody starts flowing to the right, totally changes everything, and it really opens up everything behind them. And we see that throughout the first half, not only in their passing game, but also in their running game as well. We can get to that later on if we have time.
Yeah, I actually have a lot of things to show about that jet sweep motion in the run game. And the type of blocks Kyle Shanahan asks his wide receivers to make. So that'll be interesting. But let's keep with Nick. What's next?
Yep. And then let's go to 4:13. Still in the
4:13. Okay. All right. Here we are. A couple plays later, same drive.
Yep.
This is 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Yep.
And what I like about this one is we're going to get that kind of the same kind of motion, so it's going to open up everything as far as the linebackers go. But from this angle, you can't really see it, but you do a little bit. Mullins is looking left. He's actually trying to get this ball to the left, and then he comes back.
Yeah.
And when he comes back and he hits Ayuk.
Yeah, let's here real quick before we see from the end zone, just watch Ayuk. I was going to do a little Brandon Ayuk appreciation, but this would go in the Brandon Ayuk highlight. Just watch him. Press coverage against Tre'Davious White, one of the best corners in the league. Now, he puts like 8 moves on him, but still. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good. Let's
watch from back here. So he does look left initially, comes back to the right, resets. Nice throw.
Yeah, that's a really good play all around right there. just got to get Ayuk bobbled, had a little bit of trouble in this game, especially in the beginning with bobbling the balls. It actually cost him in the third quarter.
Right. This is foreshadowing the interception.
It is.
That's the only question I have with him right now is his ball security, but that's a rookie thing. I mean, I wasn't alive in 1985. Was Jerry Rice similar?
Oh yeah. No, Jerry Rice had a lot of trouble his first year.
Okay. All right.
It could be also the fact that this is his homecoming game in Arizona too.
Good point. I hadn't thought of that. What's the next good Nick? I got something at 204 if you do.
That's the same one. It's second quarter?
Yeah. First quarter.
Okay. Okay.
Unless I'm wrong. No, second quarter. I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm definitely wrong. Second quarter. Let me get there. All the way down. Just a sec. Okay.
This is the fact that we're going all the way to the second quarter, 204. This is only the fourth possession of the game for the 49ers, and we're almost at halftime.
Yeah. Okay. What are we looking at here?
This is a really nice play. We've been seeing this come starting with the New Orleans game from Mullins, where his ability to get out of the pocket and make plays, and that's just another really good example. He gets outside. This isn't it's not necessarily a strong arm throw, but just it's a really athletic play. He gets outside and he makes the throw, and they get up to the 50-yard line.
I think this is really key because one of my issues with the Niners quarterbacks, all of them, is that they're statues. They don't leave the pocket. They don't scramble. And Mullins is starting to do it. Jimmy doesn't do it anymore. Ever since he tore his ACL, he pretty much plants himself in that pocket. Mullins is starting to make improv plays the way not the way Jeff Garcia did, but the way Jeff Garcia would have,
Yeah, and that's one of the things when I watch Mullins play, and I think why a lot of people don't like him is because his style is not the prettiest.
Yes.
And the same thing, Garcia had the same problem when he was in San Francisco.
Yes.
He got it done, but in a really unorthodox way at times.
Yes.
And
Jimmy's very pretty the way he does it. It's picture perfect.
He's pretty in general.
No, but honestly, this is big for Nick Mullins. He needs to do more of this. And I think the next step for him, this is a dime. But I think a lot of times he passes up running lanes and he can take them. He has 8 rushing yards this year, Jack. He should go for it in certain situations.
Yeah, there are times when he needs to take it, and we'll see one of those in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
That we'll talk about where he probably could have tried to run it. But
also, a nice throw off of 1 foot. It is an athletic throw.
Yeah, and it's to his right, and he hits him right between the 8 and the 4. This is a really nice throw.
All right, what's next?
They're going to jump to the third quarter.
14:56.
Yeah, 14:56.
Cool. We're on the same page. Let me get down there. Here we are. Yeah, this is nice. Everything about this is nice.
Yeah, so this is going to be the play where it's a play action rollout. Oops, did I lose you?
Hold the phone.
There we are.
Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. This is a great play call, a great design. You'd never think Dwelly's going deep. They're thinking he's going to block or something, and boom, he comes around. But look at this throw. Let's look at it from the end zone because you can really see how athletic it is. Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah, what I really like about the throw too is on the corner routes. One of the things that's key when you throw a corner route is you really want to get that ball out to the sidelines to get your receiver to run away from the defender, and he does a good job of that right here. He's got to get it over the corner who's underneath him, but he's also kind of got to get it away from him as well from that safety that's there. And so he does a good job of throwing and getting us out to the sidelines away from everybody. Really like that throw.
Yeah, it's perfect placement, and I can't help but appreciate Ross Dwelly's hands. There's no question he's going to get this. There's no question.
No, it's a good throw. Right on, hits him right in the face. You better catch that thing.
Absolutely. But I love this concept, and I love Kyle Shanahan moving the pocket for Nick Mullins. In my opinion, he doesn't do it enough. He does it a lot for CJ Beathard. I think he thinks CJ's a good athlete. Mullins is a underrated athlete, and he makes good throws on the run. This is a nice throw.
Yeah, this is another nice one. Yeah, and one of the other things too, you saw a lot of in this game was a lot of play action. Yep. We had talked about that after last week about how much better Mullins is on play action, and you saw Shanahan really play to that this week.
No question, it's drastic, the splits. All right, next one I have for good Nick in the third quarter is 154. You got anything before that?
No, go ahead.
Okay, let's go. All right. I had a lot of good Nick, and I also had a lot of bad Nick, surprisingly.
Okay, I didn't have a whole lot of the bad. I only had
interesting. Some of his balls sunk and died, and I pointed those out, and I don't know what to make of it. But anyway, this is a good Nick play. What are we looking at? 3rd and 2.
This is a little underneath throw to Samuel.
Oh, what's cool is the window is so small. He's going to throw it over Tremaine Edmonds' head. Like he's right over him.
Yeah, he throws it right off of his back shoulder. That's perfect.
Oof.
That's really good timing right there. That's one of those situations of getting the ball out on time where you're throwing it right, to get it right behind his back shoulder like that.
Yeah, let's check the timing. A little quick 3-step drop, reaches the top right here. Ball's out right over his shoulder. Probably 3 inches over his shoulder. Yeah, it's nice. That's really nice.
Puts that one right in his stomach.
All right, what's next?
I had 107.
Yeah, that's right. 107. Let me get there. Okay, this is the next play. Some people were nitpicking him for this one. I think this is one of the nicest throws a Niner quarterback has made in a long time.
Yeah, it's a good play. It's going to be the seam down the sideline to Ayuk. The only thing that I would say on this one is if he just gets about right about here, well, he does, I guess. When you watch in slow motion, he just seems like he's a little bit slow just because his arm strength isn't one that's going to throw Ayuk all the way down to the 10-yard line right there. So it's a couple years. It's definitely underthrown a little bit. But the fact that there's two things: the fact that he's attempting this, once again, we talked about that earlier about how you really don't see Garoppolo throwing very many balls like this down the sidelines. And he just
this is a flood concept. You got the deep clear out, the intermediate, and then the one in the flat. You got 3 levels against a zone. Most quarterbacks don't throw the clear out route. Most of them want to go here.
Yeah, and I can almost guarantee you that if this was the play call and number 10 was in there, that this ball is going to the flat.
It's going to the flat. Mm-hmm. Most quarterbacks want to go here and then they'll check down here. But when I've talked to coaches with this particular concept, they always want the quarterback to be prepared to throw the deep route. You got to at least threaten it. And guys who would be like Carson Palmer in Arizona and Bruce Arians. Like Carson Palmer would gun down the field. I like that Nick Mullins does.
Yeah, on a flood concept like this, you really want to take a peek over there quick before you come back down to your flat defender. You always want to look high. So
yep. So it's a very aggressive read.
Yes, it is definitely.
Yes, yeah,
I agree with that.
I like that. All right, what's next?
And then there's a lot of good plays throughout the third quarter. I didn't go through a lot of those because by that point the game had kind of gotten out of reach.
Okay.
But if you have a couple that you want to throw in there, that's good.
Yeah, let's do 9:50 in the fourth.
Okay.
I forget exactly what it is, but the game isn't completely out of hand yet, I don't think. He's made throws like this a lot. But actually, I do want to do a couple more real quick because he makes some highly athletic throws toward the end that don't matter. But this is just a really nice play action pass over the middle.
This is the Samuel?
Yeah, he does this little foot drag when he knows he's got it, which is kind of funny to me. I don't know what it is. It's the Nick Mullins foot drag. Watch it, the back foot.
It's because he's getting planted and he's really driving off of that back foot. It's perfect form on that ball.
Yeah, so that's good. And then real quick, let me run through 2 more late in the fourth quarter when the game's over, just because they're athletic plays.
Yeah, I had one more later in the fourth, but
okay, I had 136 and 50.
Okay.
Here we go, 136. Yeah, just escaping the pocket to the right. I mean, he looks like Josh Allen right here. I'm just kidding. Looks like Josh Allen's little brother right here. Off his back foot. This is an unreal throw. Great catch, too.
Yeah, it is. That's good. That's good on both ends. It's a really nice play by both of them. Well,
but again, I like it. He's being an athlete. He's extending the play. He's ad-libbing the way Jimmy Garoppolo used to ad-lib and doesn't anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And giving Kendrick Bourne an opportunity to make a great play.
Yes.
I like that. So last one, 50 seconds left. I think this is the touchdown pass to Reed. This might be the best throw he's ever made. This is up there with the River Craycraft throw that didn't count. Although this one, I think he's on the move. Let's see.
He is. This is a really good one. He's going to escape out to his right, and he throws a dart to Reed out there.
Yeah, he looks left first, comes back to the right, again on the move. Little Jeff Garcia out here. Oh, man, that's a dime and a half.
And it's just a rope.
Oh, yeah. Now, if you look at the all-22, I don't know. Maybe he should have looked right first because I think Jordan Reed's going to be open like now. And if he had thrown this ball now, you'd have the touchdown easy. So he missed it, but he makes a play and he still finds him. It's a good play.
Yeah, he's looking to the left side. That's one of those. They do a lot of that kind of stuff where they're picking a side of the field. He's looking to the left. That's a nice throw right there, though.
Beautiful. All right, let's end on that one for a good Nick.
Yep, and that was my last one.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
Bad Nick.
Yeah, I don't. As far as when I'm watching this game, I don't see a bad Nick throw until the second quarter at 1:23.
Okay, I have one at 12:57 second quarter. So let me just see if this is nitpicky. And I'm the guy who's like Mr. Nick, not Mr. Nick Mullins, but the biggest Nick Mullins fan. So let me be the nitpicker today. And we'll see if it's warranted. So I'm gonna go 12:57 second quarter.
Okay.
And this is a completion. This is a completed pass. I'm gonna be hard on Nick Mullins today just for the sake of it.
Yeah, he gets him on the slant, but he gets out a little bit in front of him, so it's not he doesn't get the catch and run.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yep. Just a little low, a little out in front. Had he hit him in stride, maybe he breaks that tackle and gets a little bit more. I think there are about 4 or 5 examples of Nick Mullins just being a little off with his placement in ways I wouldn't expect him to. So I'm putting it on him.
Yeah, and that one should have been, another, 4 or 5 yards on the field at least.
Yeah.
I really like that play action though. It's just a little quick spin. That's a really easy play action way to throw that route for a quarterback though.
I think that's technically an RPO. Like these guys are all blocking run. He thinks it's a run, but Nick Mullins must have the opportunity to pull it back and throw the slant. I think.
No, it's a pass. And the reason is if you go ahead and roll it again one more time and watch the way that Tomlinson comes, it's meant to look completely like a run, but they're because you see him pull up right here.
Because they don't want to get downfield and have illegal men downfield. Got it.
Basically, he's just replacing the guard in the pass protection.
Got it.
Because they know it's going to come. Because they know that ball's coming out quick.
Good idea. Good call. All right.
And I do agree with you. That would have been that's a little nitpicky, but it is a bad throw.
Okay, so you wanted to go deeper into the second quarter.
Yeah, mine is really at 1:23, and this is
Here we go.
Yep.
Here we go.
And this is actually going to be a completion out to Mostert for a gain of a yard. This is a ball that, as you watch it roll, I really think he's picking the side and he's looking right the whole way, but he's got Dwelly over the middle, or maybe a first down. If not, it's going to give him 3rd and 1. Instead, they end up with 3rd and 6. I
didn't see that, Jack. You're really good at seeing where the throw should have gone. Poor Ross.
And this is one of those plays, and I know we say a lot of times this is a throw that Jimmy wouldn't make and that kind of thing. This is a throw that Jimmy does make because that's where he likes to throw the ball to begin with.
Yeah, right over the middle.
Yeah, and so he's probably going to be looking there. Yeah,
it looks to me that Mullins never looks there.
No, he gets a snap and he just turns his head to the right.
Ooh, boy, man! If this was Mitchell Trubisky, people would be roasting him.
run! I think what he's looking for the slant.
Sure.
And it's covered, and then he's got the flat route. So
okay, so he's reading really slant to flat in this case.
Yeah, he's trying to get it to IU.
But Tre'Davious White is really good. What I notice about Tre'Davious White when he plays man-to-man coverage, he actually gets his hands on the wide receiver as opposed to Jason Verrett. We'll get to Jason Verrett later, but that's great technique.
Yeah, it definitely is. That's why he's a Pro Bowler.
Yes, absolutely. All right, which one's next?
The next one that I have was in the third quarter.
5:48.
Yeah, 5:48.
Okay.
And there's some other plays that we're going to go through, so everybody knows, because there's some other plays that are key to the way that this game plays out that we're going to go through that are, I'm not necessarily saying are good or bad Nick necessarily.
Sure. All right, hold on. 5:48. Here we go. Oh yeah. And then the next play too is the interception. The interception wasn't his fault, but again, it's a low throw. But okay, here we go. 5:48.
Yeah, this is a play action. They got the dig to Ayuk. This should be an easy completion, and he just gets this one out in front of him. Bad throw.
Yes,
he's throwing it a little early. I don't, it looks like the route gets kind of run a little rounded off at the top of the route, but and so there's a couple different things that could have gone here. But this is just the fact that it's so far out in front, it's an incompletion when they should have been able to move the ball right.
The poor ball placement surprises me from Nick Mullins because he is so locked in on his mechanics. So let's see what he does here. To me, he's pulling a Jimmy. He's opening up big time. He's not stepping towards his target. And now he's in a position where he has to throw with basically his upper body and his arm. And you are going to lose accuracy in that situation.
Yeah, he just leading them too far.
Yep. So I don't know. It's interesting. You see these quarterbacks on the Niners, Jimmy, Nick, all step in the bucket, to use a baseball term, when they throw. Maybe they are being coached to do that. Maybe Shade Day has something to answer for because I see all these quarterbacks do this, and I don't like it.
It happens sometimes, but on this one, he doesn't really get himself gathered at the top
yes.
of the top to throw the ball.
Yep, exactly.
He's
and I think that's the question with Nick Mullins. You know, when he can set up and gather and step into his throws, he's great. But you can't do that. I mean, really, most of the time in the NFL, you're going to have to shuffle and reset and throw like this, and he has to be a little bit more precise.
Yeah, he just. I don't necessarily know if that's the reason. I wouldn't say
sure.
that's the reason why he's throwing it out. But yeah, he just gets this one out there too far. You got to stick this on him.
Let's watch the next play because this is the interception.
No, on this one, I don't have this as a bad Nick play because I don't
Fair
think
enough.
I think it's a really good play because he's looking off to the left, then he comes back. So he keeps looking left. He comes back, and he actually puts this on Ayuk. He gets Ayuk right here, just about the thigh. This should be an easy catch for somebody of.
Fair enough.
Of Ayuk.
Fair enough. Yeah, agree. Ayuk has to catch this ball. I just feel like
I agree.
I would expect Nick to get this about a foot higher, but yeah, I mean, he needs to catch this ball. Yeah. End of story. All right, what's next?
Let's jump to the fourth quarter.
Okay, 7-10.
There's back-to-back plays right there. 7:05.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. I got them both. All right, 7-10.
You got
yeah. Oh God, the penalty. Yep.
You get the false start that backs him up.
Yep. So this is 2nd and goal. And he misses. He misses inside, and it's late, right?
Yeah.
Like this ball needs to come out like now,
right there.
Right there. And so it's a beat late, and that means it's a little inside, and what should be a pretty easy touchdown is down at the 1-inch yard line.
Yeah, and even the fact that it's late, I just didn't like the ball placement. That ball should have been more out towards the pylon. You got to get.
Didn't we talk about the same thing when the Rams played the Niners at Levi's? Jared Goff did a similar thing.
Yes, we did.
We did.
Almost
we did.
Very similar.
Almost the same thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good call. And then the next play, right?
Yeah. Yep. And then because of that, we get down there. And now you got 2 back-to-back plays. You got this one where I think it was East Bay Chris said that he looks like Fred Flintstone getting his car going right here. And he really, it's pretty spot on because that's really what it looks like. Because and this is the difference. This is really one of the things that was a difference in the game. Not necessarily because of Mullins. Mullins isn't very good at quarterback sneaks. He's got he doesn't get his head. He doesn't get down and drop his hips enough. He's too high.
Yeah.
Every time he tries to run a quarterback sneak, but we saw Josh Allen really be able to affect the game with it just by the fact that he's able to run a quarterback sneak so effectively. And we'll see that. I don't know. I didn't pick any of those plays, but that really opened up some easy runs to the outside for the Bills running backs.
Is that Nick Mullins getting thrown around? Oh, that's the quarterback of the Niners. Oh, no. God, what a dangerous position. And then the next play is pretty bad too. We got to talk about this play because this to me is what I'm talking about. Nick Mullins run the ball. Like this throw that he attempts is hard.
Yes. It's late. Play is all well covered. There's nobody open. Open.
Yep.
So there's really
you keep going.
Yeah, there's really nowhere to go at this point once he starts to escape. Might as well just try to get it up there and and run it as far as you can. And just keep going, Nick. And if I'm Nick, I'm just going to keep running right towards where Kendrick Bourne is because that's where the running lane is.
Yes.
It's 3rd down, so you're still going to have another play. So
everything you're doing here is great. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Now, don't have make up in your mind you have to throw the ball. What Steve Young would do here is pump fake, right?
Yeah. I'd either do that. Yeah, that's definitely what Young would do.
Get to the line, pump fake, run.
Mm-hmm. Because the main thing that I saw as this play was when as soon as I saw this on TV was that it's late. You can't throw this ball late because even though it looks like the back's open, as the ball comes out, the DB's going to be athletic enough to just step in front of him. That's what.
Yeah, that's Trey White.
Yeah, it is.
You can't throw that across the field. Just run, dude. And if you get it to the 2, it's 4th and 2.
Yep. Yeah, that's the worst. The worst thing what happened. The result that they have is the worst case.
Yeah.
So he's got to either run that ball or he's got to throw it over the goalpost.
What I think is cool about Mullins is that he's definitely evolving. All of this ad-libbing, scrambling around, he didn't do that well before. And I think he could add a little scrambling to his game if he's watching. Nick, you're watching, you got to run a little bit, man. You can do it.
No, I agree with you. And that's one of the things that I was thinking about this game following and just when the kind of the way Mullins has played in the last 3 weeks. We've seen him grow. I know that the wins haven't been there for the 49ers, but you're seeing a quarterback that's growing. He's getting used to it. It's only his 14th game.
Yes.
So he's getting involved. He's a rookie in a lot of ways.
I agree. What's the next one? I got one more for the bad Nick, and it's 237, unless you have something else.
No, I didn't have any other ones.
Let's see if this is nitpicky. Let's see. This is a little throw to Jeff Wilson Jr. Yeah, it's just a bad throw.
Mm-hmm.
He's got time. He's got space. He just misses it. And he had some head scratchers where I just don't expect that from Nick Mullins. I expect him to hit that throw.
Yeah, that one should have been a completion. It's a little bit low. Definitely.
Just a little bit low. Which is interesting. So I actually came away from this game a little bit harsher on Mullins than I was watching it live. But when you watch the good throws, those throws he made were extremely impressive and some of the best plays he's ever made.
Yeah. And I did not come away with that feeling as I watched the film because it kind of played out similar to what I thought as I was watching it live.
Yeah.
But let's jump over now. That's kind of the end of the good Nick, bad Nick.
Yeah.
Let's jump to some plays. The Niners were going to have to keep up with them. The defense wasn't doing anything. One of the big differences between this game and last year against New Orleans was the amount of time that the Bills were possessing the ball.
Yeah.
When the Bills had the ball, I think they had 5 or 6 drives of more than 5 minutes. And, in that New Orleans game last year, the 49ers had 12 possessions. In this game, I think they had 9. So that's part of it too. But if we go to 10:48 of the second quarter.
Okay. Here we are. Third down.
In a lot of ways, we're in the second quarter. And this is really their second possession of the game because the other one was kind of an extended because of the one play by Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're gonna get here is this is a really good play by Mullins. Should be a completion for a first down to.
Oh my God, this play is so confusing.
Well, what happens is that Reed runs the wrong route.
There's no question, right?
Yeah, he runs where there's a couple you can tell because of the fact that he's running right into where Bourne is running because this is a 2-level read to the right for Mullins. So.
Is he supposed to run like a shallow cross and he can?
No, he's supposed to run. He's supposed to be running up the field.
Oh,
because what's happening here is Reed running the wrong route is actually bringing 57 into the play. The linebacker there into the throwing lane.
Oh, here 57.
Yeah, I think that's 57.
So if you just run a seam route and then occupy the safety.
Yeah, and the giveaway for that is on the TV cut. You see Mullins as he's walking off the field, basically doing that with his hand. Basically saying you're supposed to be running up the field.
Oh no,
and
Jordan Reed. This is a big play. This is 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 5.
Yeah,
this should be they should be across midfield. You're looking at if Bourne catches this ball, he's at least the 45, maybe down to the 40, depending on how many yards he can get after the catch.
Off his back foot.
Yeah,
in the face of pressure would have been oh God.
Yeah,
he could have ran after.
Yeah, it's going right to 84, and So that's one miss, and you just can't do anything about that.
What's the next?
Next one is 118.
Second quarter.
Okay. This is 3rd and 6 again. This is right after the miss that we talked about earlier, where he misses Dwelly. So now we got 3rd and on this one. As you watch this play unfold, just look and see who's open at the time that he's got to get rid of this ball because he's under pressure. And this one I think is really supposed to be going to Debo. That's where he's looking. He comes back under. Samuel's covered. Ayuk's covered. He's kind of trying to get it out to him, and the ball comes under is short. But this is a situation we got 3rd and 6, and there's just nobody open downfield, and he's got too much pressure. He doesn't have the time to let anything develop.
Well, let's check out Colton McKivitz trying to block a linebacker, Matthew Milano.
Neither one of those guys does a good job though, because watch 69's guy, he just runs right around him as well. So you got pressure up front, you got pressure coming all over the place. He's getting hit by multiple guys here.
And then watch how they drive his head into the turf. boom. Man, you can just do whatever you want to Nick Mullins.
Yep.
Oh my God, full speed. It all. Oh, he should have completed the pass. It hit him.
Yeah, it should have been a completion. That was another one of those bobbles by Ayuk. It's going to be short of the first down, unfortunately, though.
Yeah.
But who knows? At the 45-yard line with the game situation, if it's 4th and 1, Shanahan's usually, we've seen Shanahan be aggressive in those positions.
Definitely. These little mistakes, they happen in the game. You're like, oh, well, you'll get them next time, but they add up and they cost you the game.
Yep. And then as a result, they end up punting the ball down the field.
Yep.
And they win the half at 17-7 instead of, who knows, 14-10 or something. So let's jump over to the third quarter real quick, 12:44.
Okay.
So this is their first possession of the second half, and they're doing a really good job moving the ball down the field.
God, this play kills me. This play kills me. Okay.
Yeah, this is the toss, and this is all on Ayuk. Ayuk's got to make this block. He barely even gets his hands onto the man.
Yeah.
And, I understand the folks that are yelling about Mostert. He might have been able to get away. I don't know, because just look how fast he's upfield. He's 4 yards into the fronter's back.
Mostert wouldn't have done any better. To me, I just feel like this is a really difficult block to ask your rookie wide receiver to make, who weighs 195 pounds. That's a D end. That's a tough block. Maybe Debo can make that block. Maybe not.
Yeah.
That's just asking a lot. And I'm not surprised that Brandon Ayuk didn't get it, man. I don't know why Kyle Shanahan thought he'd get that done. I mean, they're going to need Trent Taylor for a block like that.
Yeah, and I think they do something similar a little bit later on that works. But yeah, this one is bad because now they're stuck in 3rd and 19.
Yeah.
And then we go, or 2nd and 19, excuse me. Let's jump to 11:22.
Okay.
Same quarter.
Okay. 11:22. 2 plays later, 3rd down. All right.
And on this one, you're going to get outs by both Bourne and Reed, and neither one of them are really open.
Yeah, this is not the best throw by Nick. Let's see.
No, I think on this one, even if he's able to stick this one on Reed, I don't think they get the first down. Reed's running short of the sticks, and his man's right on top of him.
Yeah.
If that man's kind of undercutting him too. So if he throws that ball on him, it could be, if you just kind of run that one through from the backside, you can kind of see it.
Yeah. He's
right.
He's running his route short of the stick. So maybe Mullins was expecting him to be at the 14 as opposed to the 17.
Yeah, I don't know. I think on this one, I really think what's happened is Mullins sees that it's not open, and he's just kind of sticking it in a spot where he knows it's not going to get intercepted. He knows he wants to get this ball in front of him.
Fair enough.
That's what I think is happening. I think he's just trying to get it out away from the defender.
It's amazing how poor the chemistry is between Jordan Reed and Nick Mullins. My goodness. They got to work on that. Anyway. Yeah.
Well, you go back, Reed missed the route on the one, and that's
right.
Possibly, like you said, maybe he underran that one as well. So that's pretty much it as far as it, because you already went through the interception.
Sure.
That was the other one that I had. So, those are the play. That's where the game got away from them, though. Those 2 third downs. Right in the second quarter, and then that one. Now the game's away from them.
Okay. I got a lot of stuff we can go over if you'd like. We got another half hour.
I do. Did you want to do some running, or do you want to go into defense?
Oh, yeah. Up to you. What do you want to do?
Let's go ahead and jump into the run game, and let's go back into some positive stuff before we.
Okay, sounds good.
We turn it back negative, because the Niners run the ball pretty well in the first quarter at times. All of their big runs really came off of the same type of a concept.
Okay, what's the first one?
7:51.
Okay. Here we go.
This is a really pretty play design, because you got a shotgun run a lot of times when you're in this, especially with the heavy set that they have. It looks like you're expecting that ball to go to the left. Instead, they come back the other way with really kind of a version of almost like the counter Trey used to see from the Redskins back in the old days, except for they're running it with their tight ends. Yeah. You've got the kick out with the second puller coming through to go up into the hole. You get the kick out. Reed leads up the field, and he's going to take out the safety.
Yeah.
And Mostert does a really good job of staying away from him.
Let's give a little love to Ross Dwelley too on a nice kick out block.
Yeah.
He's really getting good at that particular block.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you see the whole way that field opened up for him.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yep. The next one I think comes pretty soon after at 7-11.
7-11.
I
Okay.
think it might even be the next play.
Okay. Let's see.
And as this play is running through, I want you to take a look at the Bills linebackers and the way that they start moving with the motion, because this is going to be, I think, a fly motion from Samuel, and everybody on the field's going after him.
Yeah.
Instead, it's a handoff, and they come right back underneath it. It's really nice.
Yes. Let's see it from this angle. Yeah. Look at the linebackers pre-snap. You get this. These guys all shift.
Everybody's heading out there. They're going to make sure that Debo doesn't get any yardage.
Yep. Now he's going to bend it back. Nice block by Werner. Nice block by Dwelly. Really good tight end blocks in this game.
Yeah.
Real quick. They're going to combo this guy. Werner helps him get a nice angle. Now Dwelly's going to seal. That's great.
Yeah. The whole key to this is the motion from Samuel really setting up the blocks. And what's cool about that is when you have an offensive line like the 49ers do that really is not very strong right now at run blocking in normal running situations, this allows them to be successful because you got guys that are running and makes it a lot easier for you to push them.
Okay. Anything else for the run game?
Yeah, let's go to 3:21.
Okay.
Same quarter. And we're going to see the same, and it's the same kind of a concept. You're going to see the same situation. It's another big run. And it's another big run coming off of the motion from the receivers.
You said 3:21?
Let's go 3:29.
Okay. Yep. 8-yard run for Mr. Wilson.
Yep.
Okay.
But it's a similar kind of thing. Now they're in an eye, but you get that same kind of motion. And everybody's flowing, and then you're going to run it, make it look that way, and you're cutting it right back off of everybody. So early in this game, every time they did this, they got flow from the Bills and came back underneath.
Now, it's interesting. Do you have any more positive run plays? Because I got some negative run plays I want to talk about.
Yeah, I got a couple of them. I got 3 more. I mean, if you want to, there was another one.
We'll stick with the positive stuff. But one thing I wanted to mention is I noticed it consistently. You put this guy in motion. 19's blocking assignment is 24. And he can make that block here. But when you put 11 in motion, these guys shift, and all of a sudden 19 can't block 24. This was happening consistently. Mm-hmm. He's going to try to get over there. 24 is going to be in a position to make the tackle, and he just misses. But there were a lot of examples where this guy would make the tackle, and I'm not blaming the wide receiver for not making that block. That's an impossible block for Debo, in my opinion.
It is. No, it's an extremely hard block. I totally agree with you. And part of the reason that they have him doing that, though, and that's a guy that's going to be unblocked no matter normally anyway because of the way that this motion is going.
Sure.
The comeback off of this eventually is the post from that guy on a play action. If you run it through.
Good call.
And what that does is it's giving that corner and the safety the same look over and over and over again.
Interesting. All right, what's next?
Let's go ahead and like I said, there was another play that was pretty much the same thing as that, but I think you guys get the point.
Okay.
Let's jump to the second quarter now at 11:29.
All right, here we are.
And this is going to be I believe this is going to be, hold on a second. No. Yeah, that's not the one that I was looking for. I wanted to see the play before that.
Okay, let's get to the play before that. $12.15.
Yeah, 12:15.
Because really, a 3-yard run.
Yeah, because as we've been talking with all this motion and stuff, and they're really keen on everything that they're doing with Samuel in the motion. When you watch this play from the end zone, 54 never takes his eyes off of him, and as soon as Samuel moves, he moves. And that's why everything about this, why they weren't really trying to run these kind of plays with Samuel throughout the game, because they just get there because the way the Bills are flowing. 54 is looking at him. As soon as Samuel goes, he's going.
So the game plan for the Bills was to shut down Samuel.
Yep, for sure.
Yep.
And there's ways to get him the ball that they could have gotten the ball otherwise, other than the Jets.
They did it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they did. And
yeah, it took them forever, but yeah.
And they got one more, and this one is a really nice one. It's a third quarter, 13:54, and I just wanted to show this one because this is Wilson, just making a tremendous play.
Yes. This isn't the one where he almost gets tackled by Laken Tomlinson. That's a good play too.
Yeah.
God.
No, on this one, you get 54 is actually unblocked. You get 54 has a shot on him, and he just beats him.
Yep.
Stiff arm, get off me, and he's off to the races for an 18-yard gain.
Jeff Wilson might be the Niners' best running back right now. He is running like he wants all the money in the world.
Yeah, no, he's definitely running the ball really, really well, really strong.
That's a hungry man, dude. Wow. Mm-hmm. Yep. The fumbles are no good, but yeah, that's a great run. All right. Yeah. Anything else?
No, from as far as the offense and the that's about all I have.
Okay. All right, let's go defense.
Yeah. All right.
Can I show you real quick the run plays that I'm talking about that bothered me? All right.
Oh, yeah.
Can you show me what you saw? I'll just do a couple because we don't need to belabor the point. But this is okay. This is a 2-yard loss for Mostert. Let's check this out. Okay.
This is the second play of the game, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, you're going to get a missed block by Samuel on the safety.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so let's look at it from the end zone. So you can't really see it. So Samuel is here. He's in position to block 24. But you get this motion. Now they all shift. Now 24 is over here. And you see it from the end zone. Now 24, he's going to come over. Guy goes in motion. Boom. Now 24, when the play starts, is here. That's a really tough angle. And then he diagnoses it quick. Samuel gets out there. It's just too late. There's no way. And now he's going to make the tackle for a 2-yard loss. So there are benefits to putting to the jet sweep motion, but it also seems like there's a downside too when we see it here.
Yeah, what you see after this play is you see that I think what happens is Shanahan starts to seeing that flow. I think at this point he wants to see what's going to happen.
Sure,
is why he's calling this one. And because the next time that they do that motion, he's running it with that in that direction, which is what allow at this point he sees what's happening on the backside, and he corrects what he's doing later on.
Okay, one more time. Let me see if I can. This is a 1-yard run later in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. This is down by. Let's see. So again, you're gonna get he goes in motion again. So you got 23. 11's going to need to block 23. From this position, that's maybe that's a block. You can make that block. But then Samuel goes in motion. 20. These guys all shift, and 23 is going to make this tackle. There's no one who's in position to block him. He's unblocked. He's going to get through and make the tackle right at the 1-yard line.
Yeah. He does a really good job of coming across the formation right there and
certainly
through all that.
One more, and then we'll move on. I promise.
Yeah.
Okay. Final one, first quarter. This is 104. Let's see. I'm not sure why I didn't like this play. Let me see. I'm not sure why I put this in. There's something I didn't like about this play, but I can't decide what it is.
It's. I think this was the third down play.
Yeah.
Third down at the goal line right there, and you got a lot of guys moving around, and you end up with 2 safeties completely unblocked. Both 21 and 23 are unblocked.
21. It seems like you're trying to get Bourne out there, but again, like how do you expect Bourne to block 21 on this one, Kyle?
Yeah, no, there's no way that he's going to get there with the way that 55's aligned. He's got to go around him to get there, and it's done. So
the reason I highlight these is a lot of times when you look at why did Mostert get hit in the backfield? Did he miss a hole? Did a guy miss a block? Well, sometimes it's the design of the play.
Yeah. Just the design of the play and the way that the defense is adjusting, moving around, and the way that they're lining up, because they're not always going to do what you want them to do, and that's the bad part about
it. Right. Okay, let's do defense.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's start off 13:52 of the first quarter. This was a play that got some attention on Twitter right after it happened.
Okay.
This is going to be the seam route to Beasley.
I got a lot to say about this play, but you go first.
Well, what I see right here is that they're in cover 3. This is an easy throw for Allen. He's just looking. You got the safety sitting in the middle. It's an easy throw. There's I don't necessarily think that it's covered completely wrong by 27. His job is to go curl the flat on if they're playing cover 3. So he doesn't really.
Things. This is Tavarius Moore, I believe. That's Tavarius Moore, and I believe he needs to carry the seam route, the number 2 receiver up the seam. So that's on him. But two, as you say, it is cover 3. Look at the middle third safety. He's way on the left hash. And I guess I understand he's looking at the tight end, but dude, you need to get to the middle of the field. He's way looking at the left. I feel like this is my deal with Jimmy Ward. Like, he doesn't bust assignments like Tavarius Moore, but you're not where you're supposed to be. You react late. And you could have helped Tavarius Moore, who clearly blows it. You could have been there. Instead, you're 2 steps late. So I say that's a terrible play by Moore and a not so good play by Jimmy Ward.
Yeah, if you know, and on top of that, if they're in cover 3 or they're trying to disguise some kind of thing right here, that's it. You know, what I said after the play was, we've seen this so many times from the 49ers with their strong safety and coverage. We saw this a lot with when Tart was in there, where he basically just sits and you got guys running right by him. We saw that a lot this year. You see it again with more and more. Everybody's yawning about it because he's the new guy. When Tart does it, we don't hear it as much.
Well, I mean, it just seems to me that if you're playing this cover 3 a lot, like, how much has Tavarius Moore been the curl flat guy?
Yeah.
You know, how much experience does he have carrying the number 2? I think what we see from these defenses who played this a lot, like the Niners last year, is when you have a bunch of guys who are experienced and have done it a lot, they don't make coverage busts, and at least everyone's where they're supposed to be. When you got Tavarius Moore and Dante Johnson out there, it's like, well, good luck.
Yeah, and I can see because I think that's what Eric Davis said on Twitter, and I can see his point, because there is nobody that's threatening him in the flat, so there's no reason to stop your feet at that point.
The way I always understood the way they teach cover 3 is the curl flat guy is responsible for the number 2 receiver if he goes vertical. But I could be wrong on that.
No, I think you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you're right.
All right. What's the next one?
1036.
Okay. 1036. Okay.
I don't remember why I wrote this one down.
Let's check it out.
Oh yeah, I do. This is the reason I put this was I thought this was good coverage by Johnson. They're looking. He's looking to the left. You've got it. They're double teaming Diggs out to the left, right side of the defense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you've got and that's where he's looking. He's looking to go to Diggs or to the drag. And they do a really good job of covering that and taking it away. So this is actually a good coverage by the 49ers, one of the few that they had in the game.
Okay.
Because if you watch Johnson, he's behind him, but he's right in his hip pocket. So when he flattens out, he's underneath him.
No, I have 4 plays of Eric Armstead that really upset me. And this is the first one, but we're going to come back to Armstead. So let's keep moving on. But if you know what I'm talking about, if you just watched this play, we can come back to this one. What's next?
All right. Let's go to 22 seconds of the first quarter.
Okay. I got some plays for Armstead. I got some plays for Verrett. I got some plays for Sherman. And so we'll do that later. Okay.
Yeah, I got a couple. There'll be a couple Sherman ones for sure.
Okay.
And this is really all about Josh Allen on this one, because you got it looks like it's Moore is manned up. Well, they're in zone, it looks like, but Allen breaks down the coverage as he starts to scramble. And you get Beasley running all the way from the numbers on one side to the numbers on the other. That's just a really tough coverage for the secondary.
Yeah, watch. Here's Beasley. He's going to run this. He's just going to go all the way around. That's really tough.
Yeah, really,
really tough. And then again, like, who blew it? Who gave up contain? Like, this is a very athletic. It's like very athletic.
Yeah,
very athletic.
Yeah, to me this looks like John Elway.
Yeah, I totally agree.
He's a big guy. He's running out there. I mean, he doesn't even he's running out to his right. He looks like he's just flicking that thing on a rope out there to Beasley.
Yep, this is John Elway. Only other guy in the league who could do this is Mahomes. Really, that's amazing. I mean, maybe Wentz could do it too.
You like Wentz a lot more than me.
Just kidding. All right, what are we doing next?
All right, let's go to 1306 of the 1306 of the second quarter.
Okay, here we go.
And this is going back to something that we've talked about before. The 49ers have a really hard time when teams go into bunch against them, especially in short yard situations.
Yes, they do.
And that's because of the way they don't do any kind of switching. They decide they're going to stick on their man. And the other thing to watch here is Sherman lines up on the goal line.
Yeah, why?
And that's fine.
Yeah.
if you're gonna stay on the goal line, except for his
Exactly.
first, if you're gonna line up where he lines up, you've got to stay there and you've got to wait until you get challenged. And instead he backs himself up almost to the bottom of the end.
Oh,
it's too easy.
Yeah, that's too easy, dude.
He's backing up. Look how far, look at the separation that he's given. There was no reason for him. If he had just stayed where he was, what are you worried about? You only have 10 yards behind you. Everything in this play has to be in front of you. Anything behind, if it's behind you, you should be able to, if that guy gets behind you, you should be able to be between him and the ball. There's no reason for him to backpedal.
Stay on the goal line. Stay on the goal line. Stay on the goal line. Don't back up. You don't have to back up. No one's forcing you to back up.
Not at all.
The other two guys are covered. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, Richard.
Way too easy.
Way too easy. All right, what's next?
5:53 of the third.
Okay, I'll get down there. Here we are. Oh, God. Tavares more. My goodness, dude. Dude. Okay.
Yeah, and he's coming down and
he doesn't even get lined up correctly.
No, he's off, and then he starts chasing and he tries to go underneath this route, underneath the 13, and just gets picked. He needs to be taking that back over the top and trying to chase from that position with where he's lined up right here.
This is where he messes up when they're trying to shuffle around like the Bills do when when there's a jet sweep motion, and he needs to come out here. And if he had just lined up a little bit further back, like Sherman did on the previous play, he would not be in a position to get picked. He'd go right over the top, and they wouldn't be able to throw this pass.
Yeah,
this is just getting lined up incorrectly. Tavares Moore and Dante Johnson were killing the Niners in this game.
Yeah,
killing the Niners in this game. And like Jaquaski Tart, Jimmy Ward, they don't make a lot of plays, but they don't do coverage busts like this. Well, I guess Hart does sometimes, but there were like 3 of them for Moore in this game. Ugh.
Yeah, Tart's had to share of them this year, and
he has.
But that's another really bad one right there. That's kind of what I had on the pass defense. I mean, they just I don't know. I didn't for a guy that hasn't played in the slot since I think his rookie year. I don't know if Johnson necessarily played the worst game that he could have played.
Fair. Yeah.
He actually had some good plays, and he's playing a lot of zone in this game too, which is really rough on him.
Can we do a little Armstead?
Do you want to do Armstead or do you want to do Sherman?
Either one. We can do both. I'd like to do both. What would you like to start with? Do you have some Sherman you want to do?
No, I'm fine. I just want.
We can do Sherman first. Okay.
Yeah, with Sherman, we got a couple of them. Second quarter, 8:54.
I got one before then. Let's go 39 seconds first quarter. Let's see. Okay. Sherman at the bottom of the screen, going against Diggs. This is 1st and 10. This is man coverage. Sherman plays it like zone. He bails way the hell off. Now, they give up contain. The play gets extended, but that's not the tightest coverage.
Yeah.
That's man-to-man coverage. He's really, really given a hell of a cushion. It's very, very conservative coverage.
He has to. He's too slow.
He's too slow. This is what happens when Robert Saleh calls man-to-man coverage. It's why you get when you're frustrated that he keeps calling zone. This is why.
Yeah, and that's part of why yesterday I kind of tweeted out that the part of the Allen was really good, and the 49ers really have a trouble on boundary corner because they can't run man.
Yep, that is right.
And you see another example of that. I don't know what your next play was, but if you go to in the second quarter, I think about 11 seconds left of the second quarter. You see another.
Oh yeah, I have that one. I have a couple. I have a couple before then though. If you don't.
Okay.
Mind.
Yeah, that's good.
13:06 second quarter. I'm hard on Richard Sherman, but
that's the one we showed at the goal line.
Oh yeah, okay, that's enough. So that's enough of that one. Let's go 8:54 second quarter.
Yep.
Here. Oh my God, this is the okay. Again, man-to-man coverage.
Yep.
Sherman at the top of your screen. This is the interception. Way off.
Yeah, because he knows that he's not going to be able to run with him, so he's got to play off.
Right. Yeah. All right. So what happens?
He's going to grab him because he's going to he starts to get behind him. He stops his feet and just grabs him.
Yep. He stops his feet, which is terrible.
I think what happens when you watch that play is like keep watching this one is Allen gets to the top of his drop and stops, and I think what happens is Sherman's expecting that ball to come out,
Yes.
See that?
So he's trying to jump it.
Yep. And then he grabs because the guy's starting to run by him and takes away the interception.
Yeah. So I guess it's an interesting gamble you make, but it negates a pick.
Yeah. And we see him do basically the same thing later on in the game too. We'll get to it.
Oh, what a pick too. All right.
Yeah,
okay. So then now it's time to go to 11 seconds left. Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's go there.
Yeah.
Now we're this was just a terrible situation for the 49ers, and they pin them back a minute to go in the game on the 10-yard line, and you just let them go driving down the field. And this is one of the big ones.
Mm-hmm.
They're at the 37-yard line right here. He's in man coverage, and he has no chance. He has absolutely. He's playing almost 8 yards off the ball. First steps back. He has no chance on this route. This is just way too easy.
He's so far away from the wide receiver on TV. You'd think, and that's a coverage bust. There's no one covering him. No, it's just that Sherman's 7 yards away.
Yeah, and he's 5 yards downfield from him and 4 yards behind him. It's just there's just no way that can be covered.
And you hear it after the game when Kyle Shanahan says, we like to call man coverage, but they keep getting us with crossers. This is what he means. Sherman cannot cover a crossing route.
No. Well, he can't. He's in this game against really good receivers like what the Bills put out there and a good quarterback. He's just going to get his butt whooped all day long in man coverage.
I got one more for him. 7:59, third quarter. Forget exactly what it was. Let's see.
Which one?
7:59, third quarter.
Okay.
End quarter. Hold on. Here we go. This is all right. 1st and 10.
Yeah, this one. I think they're in zone here.
Okay. Here's Diggs. Yeah, they're playing zone with a lock on the single receiver side. He's just doesn't stop going back. Who does he think's going to get this guy? Why does he keep bailing deep? Tell me.
I don't know. Let's see what we got here. We got a curl. There's nobody threatening them deep, right? Because we get the flat and then a curl behind the flat, right?
You got the flat. You got the curl, and you got this seam route or this over route. I just don't see who he's covering. I mean, I guess he thinks maybe if it's a corner route, he's there for it. But who's got this? Yeah. Whose responsibility is that guy? I mean, seems to me that Dante Johnson is responsible for the flat.
He's got curl to flat, so that should be Johnson. Johnson, because what you've got if they're playing cover 3 concepts over there, what you've got 54 is getting run out of because 54's got hook to curl.
Okay,
but he's got the man covering, taking him in the curl, which is putting Johnson in the bind.
There you go. See, this is why I need you, Jack. You're better than me. And this is what they're doing. They're consistently putting Dante Johnson in positions where he doesn't know what his assignment is in zone.
Yep. And that's they're not really beating him deep or anything. They're just killing him underneath.
Dante Johnson.
He needs to sit on the curl and then come up and make the tackle on the flat.
Thank you, Jack. That's a good call.
But Dable just did a really good job throughout this game of
he really
messing them up. I want to go to 9:56. So this is a play that everybody's
9:56. What, fourth?
Yeah, fourth quarter.
Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. Yeah, let's do it. I was studying up on Palms coverage before this because Sherman said that's what they were playing. So let's talk about it.
You tell me what he's supposed to be doing then, because I see what
you don't know about Palms coverage. All right. So what he says is that in Palms coverage, if number 1 runs vertical, the outside corner goes in the flat and the safety takes him. If number 2 goes vertical, the corner, hold on. Let me read it. If number 2 is vertical, the corner plays number 1. If number 2 runs a flat route, the corner comes off on number 2 and the free safety plays number 1. That's what it says on X and O Labs. Does that make sense to you?
That's fine, but what I'm seeing here is then it's a busted coverage because you've got more flowing into the middle of the field, like almost like when I see this, what I see is cover 3 with a double on the outside because look at the way the Ward's playing this up on the top.
I think it's supposed to be like quarter halves, and Moore's in the wrong spot. Look, before the play, he goes in motion. This is hard. I'd like to ask Robert Saleh, but he goes in motion and all these Niners signal to each other. They all do a little check. Now, he does it. Sherman does it. Jimmy Ward's going to do it. I don't think he gets the call. I don't know. I don't think he knows what they're doing. He does it there. Moore floats to the middle of the field. I think he needs to be over here. And when number one goes vertical, I think that's his responsibility. Now, there is a pump fake that draws Sherman down.
That's the only thing I'm going to say is that Sherman's continuing to go with number one, even when the man's breaks until he sees the pump, and then he's trying to make a play. Yeah. So that's the only reason I'm not sure on that one.
Very interesting call. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I saw in the game was the pump from Allen. Very similar to the where he grabs the man on the pick. It's kind of the same kind of a deal.
Here's the pump.
As soon as that pump comes, he stops.
He reacts. Wow. You don't see quarterbacks do that to Richard Sherman. Most of them just leave him alone. But he's not Richard Sherman anymore. He's now 32-year-old Richard Sherman. I'm 32-year-old Grant Cohn. No one gives me any respect. Can we do it with Armstead? I'm dying to do this, man.
Well, if you want to go there, that's fine. Because the only other thing I was going to do was jump over to one of I think it was Coach had reached out wanting us to look at a couple of running plays by the defense. But we can jump to Armstead if you'd rather.
Okay, let me just do Armstead real quick, and then we'll do a Coach because it's 4:00.
I know you.
And I got to do this. I got to go soon. So let me do Eric Armstead. 10:36 is the play we started. I got 4, and we'll go quick.
All right.
All right. First quarter. Here we go. Okay, so this is Eric Armstead, the guy who has 1.5 sacks this season, more defensive holding penalties than sacks. Okay, you're out of position. You're playing defensive end. Boo-hoo. I understand, dude. Which you're not going to make an impact as a pass rusher as a D end. I get it. Even though you're going up against a freaking tight end here. What you can't do is make a negative impact, is hurt the team. Okay, you're not going to get pressure or a quarterback hit. Don't give up, contain. We've gone over this, Eric. Primarily, how he got into a rhythm early in the game was breaking, contain, and rolling out to his right. All you got to do is not jump into the inside because you're not going to touch him, Eric. No matter what you do, you're not going to hit this quarterback. So instead of running into the inside, just stay right here and keep him in the pocket and don't make matters worse. But no, you don't do that. You don't freaking do that. You go for the sack that you're not going to get. You let him out, and nothing bad happens, but it foreshadows what's going to come later.
A guy that's getting paid $17.5 million a year to play defensive end should be able to beat a tight end and pass.
Agree. And at the very least, have some discipline. 13:37 second quarter. I got 4 for you, buddy. Don't think I wasn't watching. He says I only pick out a couple plays. Well, here's 4. Here we go. Oh, this is his second defensive holding penalty of the year. Right here. All you got to do is bump the guy, but instead he mugs the guy and takes his wallet. And that's just against the rules.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's number 2.
Looks like his WWF guy coming off the turnbuckle and clothesline him.
And then going to the ref like, what are you talking about? All right. 10:30 second quarter. There you go. And then one more after this. Okay. Here you are. Now you're out. I don't even know where you are right now, dude. Where is Eric Armstead? Where is he? He's still not in the frame. Still not in the frame. Is he on the sideline? Is he eating a hot dog? Oh, he's back. Okay, let's see where he was. Let's go full speed. He gets thrown outside the numbers by a tight end.
Holy crap.
Come on, man. Who are you? Dude. So, again, extra time. He gets to roll out and skate to the right and throw on the run, which is what he's freaking great at. He's John Elway. And you're not in the frame. Dude, if you had just been here, he couldn't have done this. And again, real quick, Javon Kinlaw. What a play. Beats this guy, spins away from this guy, beats 2 guys, but doesn't get anything out of it because Eric Armstead is in freaking Texas.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Eric, that's for you. And then I got one more. I got 6:38 third quarter. Can't believe this guy, man.
You need to take it easy on Eric because he's supposed to be playing. He's supposed to be playing inside. They paid him the big money because he's supposed to get help from everybody else so that he can make plays.
Also, he's sensitive, Jack.
Yeah.
He doesn't take criticism well. Okay. All right. 2nd and 18. Armstead to the left, playing D end. not his position. Okay, here we go. Oh, God, dude. Oh, God. Oh, man. I don't know why he thinks he's going to get the quarterback because he's a terrible pass rusher, but he really wants it, man. He's going for it. He hits the right tackle. He's going for that bull rush, but he rushes right past the quarterback and gives up the edge. And now Josh Allen is exactly where he wants to be. Exactly where he wants to be. Yeah. Nothing bad happens except for that. Except for that 15-yard penalty. That, of course, would not be a 15-yard penalty if Kentavious Street was hitting Nick Mullins. But none of this would happen if Eric Armstead would have just had a little discipline and understand that he's not getting the sack. Just stand him up, dude. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay. Enough of roasting Eric Armstead. Eric, you know what you did. You know what you did. I got to run now. This was a good film session. I'm sorry we can't do more than an hour this week, but we got to leave him wanting more, Jack.
Yep, there you go. Sounds good.
Good stuff today. I really, really appreciate you, and I learned from it. I hope you guys did too.
All right, thank you.
Take care, Jack. See you soon.
You too.